Why is Hollywood, the once unofficial ambassador of American culture, now on the verge of dying? Now, that may sound a bit extreme, but when you look at the numbers, it certainly appears that there is a crisis brewing in Southern California. And while some may blame an unspecified virus that emerged from an unspecified location, I'd argue there's actually a much bigger reason why Hollywood is struggling. And struggling is even being generous. Consider this. Box office bombs have skyrocketed in recent years. Since 2020, at least 22 movies have collectively lost between $2.3 and $2.5 billion. And not only are box office bombs losing more money than ever before, but there's also a lot more of them. Of the top 100 movies of all time that lost the most money, almost half were made just in the previous 10 years. And that's after adjusting for inflation. By almost every metric, Hollywood is falling apart. Theater attendance is down by nearly 50% from 2018 to 2022. Theaters like Cinemark, AMC, and Regal are on the verge of collapse, with the latter's parent company declaring Chapter 11 bankruptcy in September 2022. Studios like Paramount and Universal are releasing fewer movies, and for those that do get released, the last 3 years have seen some of the worst box office performances in over 20 years. And it's not just movie goers, the stock market has also turned on Tinseltown. Entertainment giants like Warner Brothers and Netflix have lost hundreds of billions of dollars in just 1 year. Job cuts are starting to pile up. Disney alone is slashing 7,000 jobs to try and stem the company's growing losses. And even streaming is on the decline. Disney Plus lost over 2.4 million subscribers and more than $1 billion in a single quarter. These trends have translated into a full-blown crisis for Hollywood. So, why are things coming apart so quickly? Decades ago, people used to look up to movie stars like John Wayne as role models. Great storytelling created generations of fans for sagas like Star Wars. And Hollywood seemed genuinely proud of certain fundamental American values like truth, justice, and the American way. But now, Hollywood regularly trashes not just American culture, but Americans themselves. It attacks and ridicules its paying customers, all while destroying the heroes and stories that many of us grew up cherishing. The very concept of the movie star is also gone, replaced by a new generation of ideologically driven, virtue-signaling moralizers who think it's their job to tell people what to think, all while insulting them as much as they possibly can. Is it really any surprise that theater audiences have collapsed 50% at the same time that Hollywood alienates about 50% of society? Because for years, people have been trying to signal that Hollywood has lost touch. And long before COVID, they were voting with their time and stopped paying attention. But now, they're voting with their money as well. Because perhaps the biggest lesson Hollywood has forgotten is that in a free market, it's the people that tell you what they like, not the other way around.